he laughs at me while you do the claps. Why do I do the clap?
Clap on, clap off.
Thank you.
Maybe that's why the camera quit working, because you were clapping and it thought you were clapping it on or off.
That's right. Maybe that's it. So thank you, Gary, for being in the show.
Yep. Thanks, Gary. It's good to see you again and harass you.
Yeah.
And wait till we get there in person.
Yeah.
So
Ray's going to spank you. Okay.
Oh, I got to bring the paddle.
Yes, that's right. You'll like it. Okay. So let's move on with our
break. Wolf, what an otter. Our Wolfwater otter this week is Kirkland from Mobile, Alabama on Growler. Kirkland McCormick is 32 years old, 5'11", and weighs 165 pounds. He has lived in Los Angeles and is now in Pensacola, Florida, and has been there since 2005. His hobbies include reading, writing, prose, and poetry, making jewelries, and experiencing everything that he can. He's a student at Genesis, is that right? Genesis Career College in, how you say it? Daphne, Alabama.
Like Daphne in Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, okay.
Yeah,
all right. Because I was trying to remember earlier, is that the right, is it Daphne or Daphne? Okay.
Daphne.
So, and that is Kirkland.
He makes his own jewelry?
And this is Kirkland's picture up here. He rolls through. He's pretty cute. He's my type. So.
He's Ray's type. So for you...
people into chasers and otters.
People who want to chasers. So.
Yeah, so, and y'all can find him on Growler. He's a cute little boy on there, so...
People are doing Growler. I have old friends who I see in Growler, and they have.
I got to quit. We need to have Coley back on the show, because I was flipping through the most viewed, and I just happened to know that Coley's profile was thrown up there in the middle of it, and I was like,
okay.
How did that happen?
Yes, Coley is the founder of Growler.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sure he's very popular in Growler. Yeah. So yeah, we'll try to get him in the show next month at the TBRU.
I keep waiting for a show at the most hottest.
The hottest,
hottest
show. Okay, so all right, let's move on to the gay, the geek, and the bizarre. Okay, let's go with the gay. Okay. Hey. Okay, same-sex couple upset newspaper will not publish engagement announcement. So this kind of sucks because people are getting married and their nuptial announcement.
Is this in a state that allows gay marriage?
I guess not. I guess it's not. So a same-sex couple planning to get married says they were denied the opportunity to announce the engagement in this local newspaper. So it's Cody Renegar, is that right? And his partner Thomas say they wanted to celebrate their upcoming union with friends and family by publishing their engagement in the Northwest Arkansas Times. So it's Arkansas.
It's Arkansas, so no gay marriage is not allowed.
Yeah, that's right. So we're getting married this June. We're going to have a pretty big blowout here. It's going to be 200 people. It's going to be very beautiful, Renegar says. There's a certain amount of validation that comes with putting it in the paper. You know, you grow up with that. You see this. You love to look at these beautiful photos of couples, which I understand. You see people getting married being announced in newspapers. But when Renegar called to get information about submitting an engagement announcement, he says he was told the Times wouldn't able to run it. So the paper's publisher says it's their policy to only print announcements for marriages legally recognized by the state. And Arkansas does not acknowledge same-sex marriage. It's not a law for it not to be put in the paper. It's a choice of theirs. Yeah, well, they are a private company, so it's the choice of theirs. It felt to me like they were making a stance. So whether they were or not, I don't know. So that's what the Renegar says. It kind of sucks that newspapers just, if they get paid to do this, right?
No, it's a free thing.
It's free? Yeah. Okay. Or regardless, I mean, if it's an announcement, it's an announcement. It should really be equal to any.
Yeah, but that's how it is around the world. Yeah. There's still discrimination. So I don't know if the Houston paper prints same-sex marriage.
You have to look. We have to check it out.
I don't think they do.
And read him off, and then we say, "Oh, I know him. I saw him at the bathhouse." Anyway,
he was exercising.
He was exercising at the bathhouse. All right, so let's go on with the geek. Want to take this, Ray?
Geek. Apple announces iBook 2, textbooks, and iBook author. At a live event in New York City, the Copernico-based giant revealed a new textbook experience for the iPad by reinventing iBooks. Textbooks will integrate not only portability but interactions to bring a whole new level of engagement to K through 12 students and above. Authors will have total freedom in what they can offer, from animations to traditional graphics, arts, and text. iBooks 2 is the next generation content store for ebooks and is available today. These educational student-oriented ebooks will appear in the iBooks 2 under the new heading Textbooks. The section of the iBooks store will include high school level books and more in due time, priced at $14.99 or less. Apple is working with publishers and partners, including Pearson McGraw Hill, and Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. God, I'm so tongue-tied tonight. As previously rumored, to enable cheaper, more accessible to the ebook content. Books will always remain up to date, including revised copies. Students will also keep their copies forever.
Now, this requires that each student has an iPad.
Yes.
So, do you think our school system is able to provide that?
I don't think the school system is going to be able to provide it, but then you're going to become in that thing where the parents that can provide it for their kids, then the kids that can't have it, and you're going to have two different segregations in there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, buddy,
get down. Good God.
And don't fart. Okay.
Go down. That's such a bad dog.
No, don't say that.
Bad dog.
Cover his ear.
Bad dog.
Okay, so it's the future.
Yeah.
iBooks.
Now, I will say this,
iPads.
for college students, this is going to be great.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Because I know people, that's the biggest bitch about going to college, is spending $600 for books, and then you get the class, the teachers require you to have them, and then they don't even use the damn things in the class.
Well, some do, I know. Some people
no, there's a lot of that, because the state requires them to use this book in class, but the teachers won't teach out of it because they don't like it. So it's on their list to buy, and if you're not smart enough, they don't use it. So a lot of students now have gotten to the point where they wait until the first day of class to find out actually what books they're going to need for the class. Because I had a couple classes like that in college, and I went and bought the damn books, and then we didn't ever use it. I don't think one book I know cost me about $120.
You didn't use it?
Never opened it.
Yeah, but think about the kids, though. Even though they're high school, even younger kids who has any tablet, even though it's not an iPad, they'll be carrying all these heavy books, right? It would be great if they do have just one device, not necessarily a laptop, but a tablet, or in this case, an iPad. But then it all boils down to if the.
But then it boils down to a virus ate my homework.
No. Yeah, a malware. Malware just ate my assignment.
So Dave, since you have kids, how do you feel about your kids having to have an iPad for school?
I think it's a logical, growth in how school systems are going to be run. They already have you heard of Blackboard?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, that's the.
Yeah,
it's actually a whiteboard.
Instead of like actual chalkboard, they have a teacher that has this thing called a Blackboard where they can write and stuff on it, and I think the kids can download what they write, like right onto their stuff. I think it's a logical progression in education that's probably needed.
Yeah, I remember when I was in high school, we went from blackboards to transparencies.
Transparencies. I went to transparencies.
Right upside down.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So,
For that.
Transparencies.
But we do the transparencies, or some of the cool teachers would just write it on the glass and then spray it and wipe it off and then just keep going.
Yeah.
So
that's a really good idea.
Now we're moved into iPads for school. So
which is expensive, but
yeah.
Maybe in the future the price is gonna drop.
Yeah.
All right,
but it's going to have to be one of those things that iPad's going, that all the rest of them are going to have to be able to carry it too, because not every parent's going to be able to go out and afford a $300, $400 iPad.
Cost more buying a $600 iPad or buying 4 books.
Yeah, but right now books are free for public school.
I'm talking about in college.
Well, college is a different story. Yeah, college is a different story. But they were pushing this to a K through 12.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole different thing. I mean, it's next to impossible to go to college anymore without a laptop. When I was in college, laptops were the new thing, and you were rich and cool as hell if you had a laptop that had a that you could do word processing on, and that was about it.
And you can do WordStar or WordPerfect.
Download porn on a Unix system.
Gosh.
Oh,
You couldn't see the pictures ahead of time because it wasn't Windows based. You had to you had to download a whole bunch of files and then open it up and see what you got.
Oh. You'll only find out afterwards.
All those news groups.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so, okay. What are we going? Anyway, so iPads. iPads for school. It'd be nice, though, because right now, teachers can make their own textbooks now and sell it for $14.99. That'd be great.
At most. Textbooks, but they can do a study curriculum.
Yes, definitely.
So, because most of the teachers now have to do have their whole, I think when I was in school, they had to have a whole month planned out ahead of time in case they were out or something or got sick or something, that whoever the substitute could walk in there and do whatever needed to be done.
Yeah.
And they have to have their whole lesson plan, so that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.